We ready to roll?
Yep.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Mechanic to Mechanic. We are starting off today's episode with everybody, pretty much. So,
Yes, sir.
except for Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a backseat driver. Sometimes he sneaks on screen real quick. All right, so today's an important episode for customers and also for guys looking for jobs at shops. So it's a twofer. Okay, so how to tell if a shop is a bad shop. So there we go. No, we got good shops here, guys. Welcome back, Twin City. All right.
Welcome back to the city. Hey! Now we got Total Diesel, Twin City, Carolina Oro, Jake Medic, Carolina Oro, right?
And a stranger.
Yeah. And a stranger right here.
One stop. We're missing one stop.
retired.
Right.
Yeah. We need to get somebody from my other store, Cloverdale office, so we can have a full round of people. What do you think the number one indicator of a bad shop would be? We actually guessed this before the show. So I'll leave out a little hint.
I have that right.
You did. It was right.
I would probably say shops that try to hold back information about like their car or
Oh,
the
yeah.
repair or the process or
Transparency
something.
is
of
a
that
big
nature.
deal. So if you see a lack of transparency, if they're not saying, hey, come back here and look at the car. Hey, this is what's going on. Would you like to experience your repair with us? If you see the opposite of that, I don't really know exactly how that works, but I think a big indicator as well of people who aren't transparent is they're typically rude. That's a
I'm one of them.
Oh, that is
Tony-
such a
Tony is so mean.
Not to everybody, but sometimes I
Hey, we
I've been there. I've been
pick our customers.
be blunt.
Yeah. To you guys who always yell at everybody and somebody's rude to you, I'm sorry. We're trying to be nice. If you're watching the show, usually you're not car people, but anyway, so coming to a shop, first thing, they're very kind of dry. They don't want to chit chat with you. They don't want to know what you've experienced with your car, right? They don't want to know your transparency.
You tell them something and their answer is yes, no. But that's it.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
that's
hey,
huge.
I got, if you're going to come in with a problem, I'm going to ask you a question.
I don't think any
If
of
I-
us like yes, no.
If I come in and say, hey, I got this problem with the car, is that something you can work on? They go, no.
Most shops should be able to
Well,
have
tell me
radio.
why. Like it's fine. You can
Yeah.
tell me no, but why? Why don't you work on this?
I
type of
mean,
vehicle?
yeah, and maybe it's not your what you do, but I mean it's
You can still suggest somebody
yeah.
to go to.
Why? I mean why?
Take it to Tony so he can be rude to you.
That's how it sounds, man.
I wanted you on the show for a reason.
Well, no, I mean, the reason I say that, I got a customer. He
Right.
came to my shop, and it says, "Listen, I got this problem with my vehicle. My paint clutch got damaged, and I replaced it already. And I got right now checking on your light,
Right.
and your vehicle sounds proud, and I got some other problems." I said, "Yeah, I can look at it."
Right.
I want to look at it, but he wanted me to show him everything.
Yeah.
He says, "I want to." I said,
Oh.
I need my
know what
space.
it's
It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I want to work here.
Oh yeah. Well, we're
Yeah, exactly. So-
maybe that's something for the customer. So we do invite people into all of our shops
Yeah.
to
Yep.
show them
Show and
stuff.
tell.
If we do invite you in, it is a high liability situation for us. So we're bringing you into our shop. We have insurance and stuff, but we can't keep you in there that
Exactly.
long.
And
We
then
also
you,
can't let you get too close to the car. We want you to see it, but we don't want you too close to the lift. It's all liability based. So please be courteous to any shop who's willing to take you out there. Work by their rules. Let definitely take advantage of seeing everything they're showing you. And as soon as we're done, we would appreciate as a shop if we could all go back up front and finish discussing what's going on safely outside of all the 1,000-pound vehicles, multi-thousand
Good
pound
advice.
vehicles that are up in the sky.
Which, by the way, I think it'd be another good note to find a bad shop is somebody who can't explain to you why they're trying to tell you to get something
yes.
else.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can't
No reason.
explain. Yeah, somebody stammers, stutters, sputters, that's probably not the shop to do that job. Because the store manager, I think we all believe our store manager should know how to do what we do. That's another good indicator of a bad shop. We're kind of blowing through this. If they hire anybody and they just hire managers,
Right.
it's probably a general service shop. It's probably not an advanced shop or a specialized shop of any sort. So,
Shops should not hire salesmen. They should hire.
well, the general service shops that only do general service, they're running a business, but those guys tend to try to oversell themselves. So you're actually doing his regional manager a favor if you tell him, hey, I appreciate it, but these are crazy electronic brakes, or these shocks are really expensive, and Magna-Ride or Air Ride, I'm going to take you somewhere else. Thank you for checking my car.
Land Rover.
Well, that's a company, but you did it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't buy a Land Rover. Sorry,
If
Land
you
Rover.
want to- if you do
I'm
want to buy
sorry.
a Land Rover,
I'm sorry, Land Rover.
I'll still fix it. Hello.
Yeah, yeah,
Be prepared to fix that.
yeah. I mean, if you do love Land Rovers, we got shops for that. So but definitely
Go to his shop.
get a G-Wagon. Mercedes does some crazy good work for Euro cars. Anyways, so the next one is actually we already hit number 2, the poor communication. Hesitant communication, no explanation. What else? Hit me with something.
They're not willing to show you what, not willing to take you out.
There you go. That's he was right on. That's the next thing I was going to say. They're not willing to show you your vehicle and talk to you about your vehicle.
Or show you the broken parts after.
I could see you following.
Yep.
That's why I picked you out. Yeah. So exactly. All those things are extremely
Watch him.
important.
He don't leave you alone after he
Yeah,
knows
no,
it.
you're gonna
This,
get
this is a very. You're sitting on Tony's side of the
I
table.
know,
I
I'm-
gotta
I'm
get you,
getting
man.
it.
Yeah, just
With Tony.
get comfortable. Get your head down. All right. This is a really important one. So this is referring to money. We'll let you guys guess again. What is an indication of a bad shop when it comes to money?
Probably have to say somewhere that it's constantly changing as far as like the cost of repair goes. Now, if I call a customer and say, "Hey, your repair's going to be $600," but there may be some other issue or something in there.
We don't
Okay,
have to
cool.
get-
But then when you get there and you're expecting, let's say we talked again,
Yeah.
it's going to be 9. You get there and you realize they're actually charging me 12. Why?
No.
That's
Oh,
exactly it. So
Oh,
it says right here, unclear estimates. Make sure to get clear estimates, yada yada yada. So a good shop, if it does ever change, it'll go down a little bit.
Yeah.
It won't go up.
Yep.
And I think we can all attest to that. So our customers that are courteous with us and we work with them and we've got a good relationship, or even a new customer, if you come in and we cut you a little bit better deal and stay in our margins, we'll lower it down a little bit.
Yeah,
You might get surprised by a lower number, but if you go back and you see a higher number after not receiving communication, you need to talk to their manager, their general manager, see if that person needs training. But if you do that, and you do talk to the general, the regional, or anybody above him, and they enforce that this is what you're going to pay, run. Or
There
you
should be
can
no
run, get out of there.
There shouldn't be any unexpected costs.
There should not be any unexpected
They should
costs.
know
That's
before.
an old school trick that's been, I think, used up. I mean, we've all been hit by it before we had our own
No.
shops.
No.
One of the things that we started our shops over. We didn't want
Yeah,
to be.
we got
Tony, share what happened with you this morning.
Yeah. Hit us, Tony.
With
What's
the
up?
customer, and he called you back.
He called you out, man.
yeah. Another one.
Yeah.
And want to stop.
Yeah. Duck and roll, right? So what was it about the customer? Something happened today?
Oh, you can say, Tony, you know what? You forgot to check the case. With the clutch.
Oh, he
Oh.
forgot to charge the customer for.
The customer called
Yeah,
you.
that's
He
a good
called me.
shot.
Yeah.
the customer
That's a good
called
Hey,
you.
I didn't charge you for the most
He called
expensive
me.
part.
He just gave me a call a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Called me complaining that I'm not charging enough.
Yeah.
And I forgot to charge for the clutch adjustment.
Yeah.
Can you
And
send
so-
that customer my way, please?
We will help whoever you are. We will all love to help you with your vehicle.
Zeros mean
My
nothing,
man.
right? We can just deal with those.
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So, and I guarantee that's probably one of your good customers. You cut him deals before. He's not out to take advantage of you because a good shop is not out to take advantage of their customer. Right.
Correct.
All right. So we're done with the money thing, and I think that is the main indicator. You see prices go up, no call, no explanation, nothing, just more money. Run.
That's a bad shop.
It's a trick. It's a known trick, and you shouldn't associate yourself with that. Inexperienced technician. know I just read it out loud, but that one, ooh, that one bites. That one bites me in the
Now,
wrong way.
that is also a little bit harder for customers to know until they've experienced the shop.
That's very true.
Yeah. So I mean, you can ask probing questions, obviously, but if you experience, a technician who really doesn't know how to progress with your vehicle, that's how you can tell. So you're in the conversation with the manager. This is typically a situation I think where we should go talk. We as a customer, if we were customers, go talk to their technician, see where he's at, see what he does and doesn't know about what he's doing on the vehicle. If he's stammering, stuttering, his explanation seems hollow, or is just using filler words, it's probably time to take your vehicle out of that shop and bring it to one of ours.
Well, some of these technicians that a technician or uh, for me, I could not expose. I'm trying to cover that
Yeah.
Yeah.
myself and trying to
Handle it
my
yourself. Yeah.
like myself eating it, and it makes you look like a bad shop.
It is.
But
Yeah.
you need to protect the people too. I
Yeah,
mean, you
correct.
cannot expose a technician because he might have a mistake or something else. But I mean, it's not really
Well,
because it's
we
a
have to
bad
find
technician.
out. We as shops, we hire and fire. We have to find out that they're a bad technician sometimes. They come in with a resume. They come in with certifications. They
Yes.
come in with a toolbox. So everything checks out. They know all the answers.
Honestly, like if you're a manager running your shop
Yep.
and you have a bad technician, if you have a good shop, then they're going to explain to you the steps that you're at, so the customer. So that way, they're always on top of this. So if you get into a shop and they tell you that everything's just fine and they leave and it's not, and that's typically something where there's a manager that doesn't communicate with the technician, who might not be as good.
Well, there's another thing to check out is the manager. So the manager's the backup to the technician. He's the senior. He's been through it. He's learned how to work on trucks, learned how to work on supercars, learned how to work on performance cars, learned how to work on everything from general all the way up to advanced. If that guy can't elaborate on what they're doing and the progress they're making, the technician's probably not experienced either.
Yeah.
I know some people say you can hire a technician to cover the fact that you're not a car guy, but you're running a shop. I don't believe that. If you don't have that guy, then if the technician is a little short on knowledge per car, because there's thousands and thousands of cars, that store manager is supposed to be an expert at looking up the solution or knowing the solution to keep that vehicle. So pay attention to your store manager and make sure he can elaborate on the situation on the vehicle you're working. Or get your car out of that.
Just like that,
Having a-
exactly the way you say.
Having a good technician
Yeah.
is going to allow the manager to do that.
Fine. If your technicians are good technicians, the managers and anyone really upfront dealing with the general public is going to have a much easier, a much nicer time dealing with the people, because then we don't have to try to put a fire,
Right.
so to speak. We don't have to try to, I don't want to say cover up, because we're not trying to cover up.
Well, we're trying to make sure the car leaves right. If there's a situation like that, and a good shop will, they'll notice that before you ever notice that the technician is a little lacking in knowledge. They'll rotate a different technician on there, and they'll assist that technician complete the job. But then again, that's something that we control as management, and the customer has to trust us.
So I guess
With the employee side of things, if the manager clearly keeping the same employee on it the entire time and also cannot explain to you what's going on with the vehicle, but this is the guy that's going to fix your car, completely hollow explanation, both guys probably don't know. Okay? And he probably doesn't have somebody there. So, inexperienced shop, inexperienced technician. I think they kind of go hand in hand. If you have an indicator or you notice that, ask some questions, see if they can answer. Give them something they can use. But what do you think the next one is, guys? I think Nate probably knows he's about to go grab them. What is something, an indicator?
Inadequate
Equipment.
Boom. Dead on. Outdated, inadequate, unprofessional equipment. The little tiny scan tools are something I think we all use. But if that's
I got under the counter.
they're faster. They can help us talk to you quicker. They can prep us for the technician who's going to use the big scan tool.
Correct.
That looks like this. If you want to put those on display for the camera, you're
Actually, when you way out, when you return and just leave them in the office right beside.
I
yeah.
apologize,
We need this
huge.
in our
I
shop.
was going to bring those inside, but now they're here. So the wonder of having employees. This is an example of a very expensive scan tool that does everything. This hooks up to a lot of different tools besides it being a tool itself. And then this is actually a really good one that we as technicians use because it's faster, it's modern, it's been updated a lot, and it does almost as much as this. It costs only a few $100s. Both of these are professional grade scan tools. This one does not connect to all the same tools that this one connects to, but it is very capable. If you don't see these in the shop, especially if it's a heavy job of some sort,
Or laptops.
yeah,
Laptops.
they
Lots
don't.
of laptops.
yeah.
Lots.
Yeah.
If you see, like, I think we've been over this before. See the laptop come out and a big old box get plugged into your car. That's an advanced shop.
Yes.
That's a pass-through tool. Pass-through tools are serious. I actually have one at my Cloverdale location. It kind of bounces between both. But then again, if you don't see this stuff and you're looking for it, that's an indication of a bad shop. The reason is we are only as good as the tools that we personally own. I own a pass-through tool, which is more advanced than both of these.
So please, if you're seeing these tools on these shops, let us know because they belong to him.
Yeah, bring yeah. Please bring my tools back.
And just one
Don't
thing,
lose my tools.
one quick side note on all of these tools. I know every one of us experiences this almost every single day. This tool does not tell us what is wrong with the car.
Exactly.
No.
This is
This is
exactly what we
helping
just
us,
called.
it's talking to us to let us know what it costs, but they didn't know exactly what it is. It's a smart thing. It's not really smart.
So
It's-
it takes
It's only as
experience
smart
and
as the user.
judgment to understand
Right.
the information from the scan tools to be able to tell exactly what the problem is based on
Well,
results.
not-
It's even in the name. It is a tool for us.
Right.
Yes,
It
it's a
doesn't.
tool.
So
do a job.
these are tools to help us take our non-electronic tools, put them on the car, check for pressure, tolerance, clearance.
So it's
Go
like
ahead.
a translator.
And that's a good
It's
thing
a
you
tra-
brought it to the table
It's like a
because a
language
lot of-
translator.
It's like a language translator.
Yeah.
It quickly helps us interpret what the car is trying to tell us and gets us down to a smaller area on the car, so we're really focused on what it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other tools have to come out after this, which takes more time. So please allow us to find what's wrong, allow us to fix what's wrong. And then again, and I think that we reiterated this before in a previous episode, if you have a shop asking for more time to utilize these tools, stay. That is your shop. That's a shop you should stick with. It's a shop that's trying to stay advanced and with the times. It's taking advantage of not only this, but maybe in the future,
appropriate
AI,
appropriate
and other
softwares
things.
to diagnose the
Yeah.
vehicle.
Proper software, the most advanced software. This thing gets updated every year. This thing gets updated every year. We use the small scan tool to direct us where we should go in this big scan tool to find the problem, and then we use these big scan tools to pull out our other tools
Well,
to
let's,
get on the vehicle and figure out exactly which cylinder it is, which bearing it is, cam crank, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
What sensor?
Sensors,
Sensors.
everything.
That's what I was looking at. All right. You were gonna say something?
I was going to say the difference between small scan tool, bigger scan tool. A lot of these are capable like this, but they're still more compact.
They elaborate.
But what
These-
you're saying is like a pocket scanner.
Well, no, I have a pocket scanner. It's
Well, that's what I'm
fast.
saying. Yeah, it's super fast, but that's a
Yeah.
quick.
But it's just a quick indicator, and then I go and I dig deeper.
Right.
I grab a stronger microscope and I
Yep.
look into a tighter, smaller area so I can get that part replaced right without having to
Not only to confirm the fix.
throw parts at the car.
Yeah, the difference between a pocket reader and this thing, like says most people, like he says, can you connect your computer to a vehicle to see what's going on with it? Yeah, we can do it right quick, right there. Yeah, but it's not really telling them
Right.
what it is. It's a code. You still need to understand it, troubleshooting it, and find exactly what's the cause of that code showing
And
up.
a lot of times it does take an actual process to be able to figure some more complicated things out. 'Cause I have some people come to the shop and they'll say, well, hey, can you hook this up to the thing that tells you what the problem is? And I'm like, yeah. And then
I
I'm
think
just
that
like, yes,
is-
we can go through the steps to be
If you
able to
can find
make sure
one of
we
those things
properly
like that.
diagnose your car, and then we can figure out what the steps are for it to figure it out. But a lot of times, we'll be like, there may be things preventing you from being able to see the full picture in the scan tools that you have to fix first. And then so some customers will come in and we'll go to fix those things. And then we're like, hey, we need to be able to fix this first. This preventing us from being able to get accurate readings here. So we'll fix
I was
that
actually
thing, and
just
then the
about to bring that
customer
up.
could come at you and say, "Well, didn't your scan tool say that this was the problem? Why is there other problem?"
So-
And the thing is, we need that to be fixed in order to figure out what the next step is, making
Yes.
sure that the full solution is put in place.
I don't want to. I think every customer and all you guys out there watching know that everyone worries about shops throwing parts at cars. This is a good indicator of whether or not that is what's happening. So a shop that does just throw parts at cars is not a good shop. But a shop that puts multiple parts on your cars to fix a problem is going to be dealing with similar parts in an area of that where the parts affect each other, and they will be able to explain to you with these tools why they are buying those parts and replacing those parts in your car. Okay? A shop that's not is just going to say, hey, we need this, all five. They're in unrelated areas. They're searching. You know, if you're throwing a wheel bearing on and you're throwing a camshaft position sensor on, you don't. Sometimes they do throw a similar code that are in the same category, and you'll pull that tiny scan tool, and it's going to say wheel bearing and camshaft position sensor, and really your car has a problem where that code on that tool pops up as a camshaft position sensor when it really means left wheel bearing and right wheel bearing. Right.
We work with Chrysler's all the time. We're here
Yeah.
more for Chrysler products. Some of these Chryslers are pretty well known for computers. I can't tell you how many computers I buy in UPS, FedEx, and the USPS. Have much longer than I would like.
Stop being
Fix it.
UPS.
Fix it. But you can plug in some of the more what I would consider personal, affordable style scanners, and I actually see them give incorrect.
Yep.
Versus
Or
when you-
mislabeled code.
Yes. Versus when we get out our home tools,
And
such
we-
as these here, which that one needs to be cleaned, by the way.
Oh,
OCD
come
is
on,
kicking in
come
that
on, man. This is my baby.
This,
She's hard.
But
This guy, man, I'm telling you,
You
but
hating
these-
on my tools,
but
man?
these tools, these smaller tools.
he just cleaned the bills. Los
Clean
bills
the
he
money.
put on his
Hey,
wallet.
If the bills are green, I don't care what shade of green they are.
This will be shiny next year when I buy a new one. And then when you
I'll-
guys come to my shop, I'll sell it to you.
I'll let you play with the soulless.
Yeah, thanks.
Here.
I have one at the other shop. It's not mine. It's Amy's. I have it at the shop. It does not belong to me.
But
Wish I did,
They'll,
though.
they'll come up with computer codes all the time.
Yep.
And you'll have codes for oxygen sensor, crankshaft, oil pressure, ABS modules, all that kind of stuff. And you might go somewhere where they have you plug it in and go, oh yeah, well it looks like it's totaled. It needs all this.
Yep.
It's not.
Oh yeah, that's very true. So that's an example of a good shop. They're going to tell you, hey, these clothes do this close. They don't nail it down. Tony is big on that. And he's very right. I've had a situation recently. The customer came in. It was a Dodge Caliber. Dodge Caliber.
Why?
Because his daughter's going to college. It's a car that works. And we had misfire codes along with transmission codes, and there was transmission fluid bubbling out of the wheat pole on the top of the transmission. We know this is a bad transmission. Why do we have misfire codes when the engine's not misfiring? I looked up the codes with my other tool and put it under Chrysler, under that vehicle instead of auto scanning. And that code also for a Chrysler doesn't stand for a misfire, but the little black code reader thought it was a misfire code. It stood for a temperature code related to the transmission fluid that was bubbling out. So I've had also multiple misfire codes, and one of the misfires, just because of the numbers and how it was written out on a different car, indicated like a wheel bearing, and it really just meant all four misfire, right? You know, random multiple misfire. It agreed with the other three codes, yet it was a stringer code. These shops like that. Bad shops like that. They take advantage of it. They put you in 5 different directions, try to fix everything. When in reality, you came in for one problem, right? You didn't have a misfire. You had a transmission problem. Why am I fixing the misfire? It didn't exist. Well, the code reader said so. Okay?
Yeah.
But they're only using a tiny code reader. They won't explain exactly what the codes mean. They don't have any more advanced knowledge that these tools can provide for you. They're not looking up PIDs. They're not looking up waveform data. Not pulling out their multi. Right? All different additional tools. All right. So Oh, careful with that one because sometimes shops are busting their butts. So
In fact, some of the
Yeah.
jobs are
Yeah.
dirty.
One of those where it's like yes and no.
if you see, well, they should be clean. You should see where people, if it is dirty, they should be cleaning if they're not working on a car. If you see all the bays full and these people have, they're trying to put things in trash cans, they're trying to move things to the side, or that shop is clean at least, when you drive by.
'Cause we've got
3
a guy-
days out of the 5-day week, that's a good shop.
We've got a guy right down the street from us, and he's by himself. He's a one-man band, and he doesn't have a massive shop. He's got 2 bays. He's got a small little area up front. Not what I would consider the prettiest thing in the world,
But it keeps clean.
but the work that comes out of his shop is amazing.
Yep.
So it's not, you're not going to walk in and go, oh, wow. Phones and
Yeah.
crazy panels to control everything down there that I'm trying not to pick.
Well, I agree with you 100%.
But the work that
You
comes
need-
out of the shop is
You need a
fantastic.
clean shop with clean cars that are leaving the shop. The reason I brought that up is some shops that stay clean all the time. So yeah,
Too much time.
J-Medic isn't clean all the time, but it is clean 3 days out of the week, 4 days out of the week. I'm sorry, man. We're in the same boat, brother. I'm just putting it out there. That's a shop that is full of cars. They keep it clean. They have clean cars leaving the shop. When things get dirty, they pick it up and clean again. These are busy men that work hard.
Let's
So
just say white walls look very nice
the white walls look very nice.
when
Yeah.
your technician doesn't.
Or splatter oil on them, and then you have to get the pressure washer out. And the special acid that breaks down oil, which we don't like using. But yeah, so pay attention to a shop that is moving cars and is being clean, despite the fact it's working, is a good shop. Okay. I think you kind of addressed that. If your car's fixed and it's covered in zip ties and things aren't clipped together, and if you bring it to the manager, he says, "Oh, that's not a big deal. Those clips just break all the time." I'm not here
the
to
shop
cover
should
that.
not blow stuff off your shoulder. They
Yeah.
should take everything seriously, whether it's something small or big.
And the job should look clean under the hood. I understand people might put a fingerprint on your car. Please let us know as store managers. We will take care of it.
Yes.
That a clean shop, dirty shop, that does happen. A dirty engine bay is a very good indicator of a dirty shop with dirty guys who do dirty work.
Because it takes 10 seconds to pop that hood, take the hose out that we'll have right at the end of the door, and even just knock the dust off of it.
Yep.
I mean, it takes no effort. It costs really nothing to do. And besides, your technician should be cleaning up behind themselves.
Yeah, they should be cleaning up their work. That's the indication of how good of a job you can do and how reliable you're going to be. Has
Technician washing back of the arm here.
hands,
Watch out for that.
clean your hands, please, before you're getting cars, shoes. Use your plastics. Put your Floor
Cover
pads
seat,
down,
cover seat,
whatever they're
and
called.
those thing on the floor. I forgot the paper.
Yeah, the little
floor mats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
floor mat.
Floor
Yeah.
mats.
the ones we all get from Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A great indication of a shop that even if it's busy, it might be a little rough, but they're clearly trying to stay clean. If it kind of looks like that, not sure, and you see a technician walking through kitty litter, that's not a clean shop. Dirty
I
shop.
don't even.
Because it tracks right into the vehicle. So
You'll never get.
no,
It's in
you
there
should
for
see
life.
mops. You should see mop buckets.
It's like the litter. Once it's in there, it's there forever.
It's there forever, and it gets in your floor, and they wash it out, and then it comes right back, all dusty and white.
Try to use some of the wood shapes.
I like what
Yeah.
Tony does. Still need my wood shavings.
Yeah.
But
That's good. It cleans
like-
very good.
He showed me wood shavings. He
Oh,
just
yeah.
got the big bucket, shoveled it on
Man,
the
it's
floor. Big
clean,
wood shavings,
beautiful.
thick ones, not the powdery ones you get from.
Yep.
And guess what? You can get them free.
Yep.
You're
And
saving a
man,
lot
it
of
was-
money.
It was a clean way to get that oil up. I like. Big.
That's what I
scratchy
use.
like that.
I use all the time.
He said, "Brandon, check this out."
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. I like it. We make a lot of messes.
Yep.
These vehicles.
A lot of
Yeah.
fluids.
We've been dropping the damn 44 quarters of oil in the floors. Sure. And we just go with it, clean them up.
Well, if it's a diesel, if it's not leaking oil, there's none in it, or you've just fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. Tony Shop's a great example. Our shops are a great example. You see something hit the floor, you got as soon as somebody's finished with what they're doing, so they don't, drop
gotta
one of
be
your
clean.
parts on the floor. They get down and they start cleaning. That
You
that that,
guys have
that trash gets scooped up, put in the trash can.
You guys have Zambonis too?
I don't
I've
have a
had them
Zamboni, but
before.
I would love to have one. What are you
Oh, dude.
referring to?
It's like a tool
To
brush
clean the
floor
floor.
cleaner with the vacuum. I call it the Zamboni.
Like they walk
It
around.
looks like a mini
the
Zamboni that you
grocery
walk
stores
around.
with.
It's from a
Like from the school.
Does it
It's
vacuum
all
stuff
cleaning
up?
the floors.
Oh yeah, we got one of those. I
Yeah.
thought it was like a crazy vacuum thing that picked up, sawdust and stuff.
Oh, it will. It will.
It does.
Oh yeah.
Yours isn't like mine. Mine just spins.
Oh, dude, we gotta get you on.
I want the.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
I want the cool
It's been a
Zamboni thing. Yeah, good shops, new technology. We like that.
Yeah.
It makes us more efficient, makes happier customers, makes employees that don't have to bust their heads against the stone wall too hard. Yeah, you're gonna text that to me, right? Somebody's buying a new toy. We'll make Nate pay for it.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah, but mine
Okay.
doesn't pick stuff up. It just, polishes the floors.
Yes.
Did you pay for half of
Maps.
No, it doesn't suck stuff up. I don't think
Oh,
it does.
We,
I just make other people clean the floor anyway, so it might pick stuff up. I don't.
I'm
know.
gonna say-
If you have all the sawdust
I'm
and
gonna
kitty
figure this
litter up, then it makes everything.
When I was in the shop,
Oh.
it was a broom or a bigger broom. That's
And
it.
squeegee.
That's all you got. A squeegee.
But
Yeah. Hey, you see a shop cleaning the floor with a squeegee? That's a good shop because they're trying to stay away from the kitty litter. Kitty litter bad.
yeah, I don't like
Kitty
I don't like
litter
down
for
some
shop
water.
owners is for emergencies only. Stop putting it down every second of the
we
day.
throw down some water with some purple power.
That's
and
right.
Like that, and run over the Zamboni.
Raw
get
purple
brushes.
power,
Oh,
not
yeah.
watered down.
It
Yep.
cleans the floor, sucks them all back up, and you're done cleaning the whole day in 20
That's
seconds.
right.
That's
I love
great.
that thing. I
That's
love
cute.
that thing.
Well, that was one of our topics, so we'll just blow past that one.
How expensive they are.
Don't ask that question.
So
That's why we don't have
nice one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think every
Six to eight for a decent one.
Oh shoot.
8,000.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That one's that you can buy too.
I don't want one that.
Well, it's not
See,
bad.
I want
for
one of those,
rich
but I don't
people.
pay
For rich people, it's not.
Yeah,
bad,
Lambo
bad,
boys,
bad,
yeah.
bad.
See, I don't pay for it.
Hey, when
But I
you-
want the other pay for it.
Have you ever bumped your
shop.
Lambo? With a Zamboni? I'm back to the Lambo with my vacuum cleaner. You know, it happens all
I'm
the time.
not gonna lie. I got the car into a Rover, but I
It
parked.
happens. Yep.
That's before.
With the Zamboni. That's basically a Zamboni. They are very. I have sports asthma, and laughing is not good for me.
Mm.
Ooh, we can take a
Bear,
minute.
bear with me. Yeah, please don't. I'm supposed to do this job.
Tony, now's your chance.
Yeah.
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 It's all you now, Tony. Well, he's
Yeah.
coughing too, man. We're screwed.
All of a sudden, we just see Tony just like. That's fine.
All right. So everybody here has a limited liability warranty of some sort. I'm sure it's through a different vendor per person. Ours is through Napa and through FMP. We have two different warranty companies, and the reason is we really like to cover things no matter where you are in the country. FMP really helps us out with that. Napa is great for the local stuff. Have you ever run into a shop that just tells you, sorry, you're in your warranty window, but not going to honor that? No explanation.
Yeah. No.
You
Yes.
haven't?
I'd hope
I
not.
mean, I have, but no, that should not
That
be
shouldn't.
happening.
Right. So a lot of times they're just hoping that you guys as customers give up. As soon as they say no, they just throw that no out there, no explanation. We're not going to help you. Have a good day. Bye. Right. Of course, they talked about it before that, and they decided they're not going to help you with your warranty.
Yep.
So if you're dealing with the shop, they give you no explanation, and they just say no, it's probably something that can be warranted. Okay.
Especially if they're not surprised that you call them back and say, "Hey,
Oh, yeah.
this part is the part that we just fixed." Is
Yep.
important." If that shop goes, "Oh, okay,"
Yeah, and
Also, if they
something
don't
customers
explain
have
their
to
warranty
keep in
before you
mind.
purchase or pay for the vehicle, maybe
Yeah.
that's a good indicator.
Something people should keep in mind is that shops actually have programs set up with their parts accounts that they get their parts with, and they should have a relationship where they should be able to take care of you in some way within the period that
Yeah.
would typically be able to cut credit.
There's going to be so a good example is sometimes customers decide not to fix everything they need to fix to properly honor the warranty on that part, right? And most shops, a lot of shops, might tell you, you know, we won't help you if you don't do all of it. You can't warranty out. At a good shop, I've never been to a good shop before this that did not explain to me what was going on, explain to me how the warranty worked, and explain to me how they could honor it despite the amount of money I have. So a big thing I think we probably all do at our shops is, hey, you get this, this, and this. We explain the warranty to you. I understand you're not getting this. That will affect the warranty on these, but if you come back, we'll honor this warranty if you also replace that component. So this doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Say you're leaking oil on your car and it's leaking all over your alternator.
Right.
Well, your alternator is probably not correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Alternator doesn't work. Okay. I'm going to tell the customer, you know, hey, your alternator is your problem. Well,
We didn't change out the valve cover.
I won't be able to offer the same type of because we have
Because
to also fix this.
alternator wasn't broken on purpose. It was something causing it. It's an oil leak. You gotta fix an oil leak
And
to
then-
avoid that problem. That
then I'll
problem to
honor-
happen.
Then I'll
that
honor
has-
the warranty
and
on the
that really
alternator.
needs to
Right.
be explained.
That's there, and then you need to explain that it's not warranty involved.
Well,
So if your technicians or your service advisors are not explaining to you, hey, this is how the warranty works if we need to use it, or if there's a situation that warrants it, if they're not explaining to you how something works, how the process works, you know, we've all been to places where you go in with an issue with a car and they go, you need this.
or
okay, well-
here's a warranty.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
That's all they
why
do.
does it mean it's really going to fix the car or not? Just because, you know, you may have a thought. Well, what type of guarantee or warranty do you have on?
It's 2 months, 24,000 miles. That's it.
Yeah,
All they tell
it's
you.
like no, give me
Right.
some sort of explanation. We try to explain things to you because we don't want our customers to come into the shop. We don't want them to feel, for lack of a better term, dumb.
Right.
We don't want them to feel stupid. We don't want them to try to feel like we're talking down to them.
That's good.
If someone can explain something simply and nicely so that the customer understands,
Yeah.
that's the sign of a good shop.
Good
Place that's
details, good
not going to
elaboration.
explain things like that so that you know and not make you feel like, hey, they're trying to talk down to me because maybe I'm a senior or something like that.
Or you're Tony.
I'm telling you, man, this guy, man.
A place that will explain.
You don't leave me alone.
A place that will explain how the processes work, the
Right.
repair process, the inspection, the warranty if necessary.
Right.
That's the sign of a good shop.
A good shop. So, just for customers out there, all warranties are limited liability, and that's because the cars are complicated vehicles, parts affect each other, got so forth and so on. Good shop's going to know their warranty. They're going to explain the warranty to you. They're going to educate you on. So, if you don't get the entire list of actually necessary things done because it's just not in your budget, they're going to explain to you what the parts are and how they could affect the warranty. Our store managers are trained to do that. I was trained to do that. You know, when I was learning how to recommend warranties. Training on being a mechanic.
I don't know why.
I don't know either. He does a good job of that. Mostly. If he slips up, we'll call you. Yeah. Yeah. If he slips up, we'll call you. Or text you. Or text you. We're regardless of anything, we want to make sure our customers know what is going on with their car. What I'm getting at, and I really want to make this point, is somebody who is explaining and giving you extra details is not trying to tell you, hey, I'm not going to take care of your car. They're trying. That's somebody who actually looked at your car.
No.
That's somebody who actually checked the car over, made sure it was safe, made sure it was going to be reliable when they were done, if they finished this list, and they really do know exactly what's wrong with your car. That's a guy who can take you out to the car and point out everything he's talking. A good shop just wants you to know what's wrong with your car. Yep. That's all they care about. Honestly, if you come to my shop, you really do understand. And you go home and you sign off saying you understand. That's not my concern. My concern was you understand. So I'm not bothered by that. No good shop is. We want you to know about your car. We want you to do what customers do and check on all your options and see that we're the best option. All right, so this is a good one. I have a long story about this, but I'm not gonna tell it because I don't try not to say bad things about bad shops by name. So what's another indication that a shop is not ready to work on your car? Somebody who says this isn't a big deal. That's a really good one. So the answer was no licensing, but I like yours. No licensing is bad, but yeah, what you said is really big. So, this is something. Bear with new store managers that are training. They're trying to be courteous to you. They might tell you that's not a big deal, but it's something that they're going to learn to not say as they get time and experience. A good store, a good location is not going to tell you that something's not a big deal. That's not going to be in their vocabulary.
Now, we
they're
may
gonna,
tell you that it's lower. Starting to tune in for this is related to it,
right.
but if something is wrong, it's there's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wrong.
No other
It
way to
needs to
say
be, it needs to be correct.
Yeah, it's just an explanation. I'm assuming you've explained many things to many customers. We explain it, and that's it. I mean, they're going to ask us as customers, how long is this going to last? Yada yada. Legally, we can't tell you how long it's going to last. Good experienced technician, manager, owner of the location is not going to tell you that because legally he can't say that. What he can say is exactly what's wrong, why it's wrong, and that too many times out of 10, it goes bad if you just leave. So we have to let you know. It's at a failure point. They do not tell you it's not a big deal.
Well, the thing is, cars, they need to be
Yeah.
performing optimally all the time.
It's their,
If something isn't performing optimally, it's our job to tell you. And even though it's not a failure right now, doesn't mean that it can't turn into that.
well, we're the ones who know when it's
Right.
indicating that it will fail in the future.
But I can't tell you. I mean, I could tell you your axle's bad,
Yeah.
and it could fall apart
Tomorrow,
5 minutes down the
5
road
minutes,
when you
right.
leave my shop, or it could fall apart 5 months after you leave the shop. I
And
mean,
that's
there's no way for me to tell either.
For any
You
of
know.
the customers that are watching this, it's not that we don't want to tell you something.
Yeah.
We simply, wholeheartedly, honestly, have the ability
Right.
to tell you when something is going to.
a shop that's really good is not going to tell you to brush things off on a multi-$1,000 investment. It's going to tell you maybe, like you said, it might not be top of the list, but they'll also explain to you what the failure is, what else it affects, whether it's your safety, the drivetrain safety, or the engine safety, meaning it could damage other parts, and then just let you have that knowledge, give it to you, so now you're educated on that part of the vehicle.
A fantastic example is brakes.
Yeah.
If a customer comes
Absolutely.
in and their brakes are getting on the low side,
Low side.
Yeah.
we may tell you, okay, you may have another oil change, maybe 2 on them or something like that.
Yeah.
But we
Depending
can't
on how
tell
you drive.
you. We can't tell you exactly
We
how
don't
long it's going to be.
We don't
So
know.
we're not telling you to go drive 10,000 miles,
Right.
then replace them.
That's exactly what I was
We're
about to say.
going to come back and say, hey, last
We
time
need
you
to
were here,
inspect.
we told you your brakes were getting low. They're definitely low now because you've used them more. Now we need to. So it's on our list of things
Right.
to watch, but we can't tell you exactly how long it is going to actually be.
So, for example, on the same thing you're explaining, 10,000 miles slowly, is it the same as 10,000 miles to Cali and back with no mid to no stops?
No.
So, how long will the 1/3 pad last if it's a cross country trip?
A lot less time.
Probably not
No, a
gonna
lot
make
longer
it.
time.
Less
No,
brake
it's
use.
a lot less. It burns to the pad. The pad doesn't have cool down time. It stays softer. So door dashers, Uber drivers, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm backwards. We're on the opposite page.
You're thinking
We're-
about
no, we're
around
good.
town.
Yep, we're good.
That can last a lot longer. So local, daily driving to work and stuff like that, we'll tell you 30% pad. You might have a couple oil changes. If you do an 1,800-mile trip, you have one trip on that 30% pad, and you
Yeah.
probably won't make it back to us, your preferred shop, before you get back. We don't know if something's going to come up. You don't know if something's going to come up, and you're going to hit that trip. We're going to tell you, hey, you got 1/3 pad left. That's an indication of it isn't going to be able to take enough heat out of that rotor. So we're going to start having a lip to develop. So if we get it done now and just put some pads on it, you'll be able to keep that rotor, and then also is an opportunity for us to let you know that if you were to go on a trip, it's not going to make it to that trip. And that's all we want you to know. You might not go on that trip.
Different types of usage, weights of vehicles. Tony, I know you experience this all
different
the
weights of
time.
vehicles.
Are they towing something?
Right.
If you're towing something, you're going to burn through those brakes.
How
a lot
often
quicker.
do tractor trailers change the brakes, Tony?
Well,
What's your main source of income, Tony? Brakes.
well, it's a different thing on heavy equipment.
Right.
They last longer for some reason.
Oh,
So, yeah, and I don't know exactly what kind of material.
y'all have
they're
James.
using it, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's you're talking about a truck that goes back and forth to California, or Chicago, things like that, and also team drivers. They
Right.
don't even stop.
Y'all have air
And you
brakes,
check
right?
those brakes. Yeah, you check
Yeah,
those
air
brakes this year. You check them this year, and it's still good. And the third year came, and it's still good. And it's what they made of. I mean, some of them. I don't know. I am well. This is where it comes quality. Why?
Yeah.
Because some other times people became so cheap and says, "Hey, can you replace my brakes?" And they want something cheap. They go cheap, and they said, "I need to do my brakes again. It's not even 2 years,
Yeah.
and my other brakes last me 3 to 4 years." It's quality. It's quality because you're just paying less.
We all learn something new, don't we?
Yeah.
Huh?
They start doing tractor trailers.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking about tractor
I'll
trailers.
help you.
Because you and I, we've done
We
plenty
do
of,
cars.
We've done
Yeah.
plenty of track things as well too.
Right.
I
right.
mean, I've had
Track pads.
a set of brakes on one of my cars for 6-7 years.
Yeah.
I can go to a track meet, 3 sets of $4,000 brakes in
That's
a
right.
day.
So if you get reds or yellows or blues track pads, yellows are going to last maybe a day. Reds may last a couple days at the track. They are super loud, and because we never cool down or we're constantly on the brakes go really quick. Well, that's the same series of events that leads to your brakes not making it back from Texas. They're going to want to know, are you about to make a trip like that? Because if you are, I don't want to put your family in danger. I don't want you to have 10% pad after 11,000 miles, and half of it was through the Blue Ridge Parkway. Half of it was through the Tail of the Dragon. You know,
Yeah. I
didn't tell you
look
that.
at
That's
your-
part of my trip.
and it's not just brakes. I'm looking at your
Right.
tires. Your
Yep.
tires are feathering.
Inner wear.
Okay, we possibly
Hidden
have
wear.
an alignment issue.
Right.
Okay, are your
Chopping.
fluids all good? Because I don't want you to get out to California and all of a sudden, you pass over the mountains and your fluid isn't at the proper freezing point.
Then we lose. Yep.
Or
We lose
it's
a
at the
motor.
wrong boiling point.
Right.
Exactly.
We need an
Or
episode.
it's low.
We need an episode to talk about brake because a lot of things to know, and there's a lot of people to get educated to customers, especially with right now. Most of the people that I know, they go and pick their own brakes and the calipers and I want some sport brakes and sport rotors, and I said you don't need them. Why? You're not a race car. It's
have
gonna
it
be
back
have
as well.
car braking. You'll be having a lot of problems. It's not what you need. So we need an episode to talk about this because
They
it's a
look
lot
cool.
of
And actually,
Yeah.
They look
that'll
cool.
tie into
yeah. They
another
look. That's
Yeah.
all they do. It's
All right. Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. We really appreciate your time. We hope you take this and stay safe with these shops and find the best shop you got around you and use that shop. Thank you. Have a
Thank you,
good night.
Tony.
That's right.
Tony, what do I need? Thank you, Tony.
Have a good night.